Man. Oh yeah, 2 thumbs up for this system right here. Oh yeah, this is amazing. This is the way to go right here. The bike binders fabricated onto the Black Widow metal 600-pound rated bike carrier. That's it. This is it. Hey, welcome to Wolfman Moto 660. We got a really cool new product to show off to you today. Familiar scene here. If you've seen the video where I installed and we loaded the bike on the Black Widow metal loading ramp and bike carrier for 600-pound rated bikes. So I do have a different truck. We have a 2025 instead of a 2017 Ram 3500. So the back end is a little bit high. It's still high, just like the other truck. Now we still have the 2022 Aprilia Touareg 660 adventure bike. So this bike wet roughly weighs between 430 pounds, and with some of all the extra gear that I have on here, you know, it's probably close to 450, 460 pounds. So we're not really pushing that 600 limit for this carrier. Now what we did do, we made it easier. So we have the bike binders, and we fabricated a little doohickey, whatchamacallit, whatever you want to call it, to attach it to the Black Widow bike carrier. Stick around, this is going to be a good video. I'm going to leave a link up here to the Black Widow bike carrier. You can see how we installed that. Today we're going to show you how we make our little doohickey, our whatchamacallit, attach our bike binders, and make this rock solid without any straps. 6 tie-down straps, we don't need that crap anymore. This is the way to go. Solid. Check it out. Hey, welcome to Wolfman Moto 660. Little familiar scene here. A little bit different project going on. So this is the Black Widow steel bike carrier rated for 600 pounds, and we made some modifications to it. We added a new product, bike binders. So this attaches to the foot pegs and ratchets down to our Black Widow. So I did have to retrofit the bike binders to the Black Widow. So I'm going to kind of go through that with you a little bit, show you how I made that, and then how we attached it to the ramp. And then there's some things that we had to get rid of that's going to help you out by adding this system. So these little cross poles here that were for your tie down straps, it was back here in the way as you loaded your bike. You know, your shins or your knee would kind of get in the way. Those are gone now. But the bad thing with that is we have to get rid of our ramp. We can't stow our ramp there anymore because this system here is just in the way. But we just put the ramp in the bed of the truck. So we do have a new different truck. This is a 2025 Ram 3500. Same kind of truck as I had before. Just a new one. I still have the old one. My son just got out of the Navy. He's driving that now. And we did get rid of that that rocking cradle that was right here. That was giving us a lot of resistance as we were trying to get the bike on here. I don't know if you remember. If you watch this video here, I'll leave a link up here to that where we did the install and loaded on here. So I'm trying to reset the scene here from that video, and we're going to do the same thing, man. I'll tell you what, it seems higher up over here. This new truck seems higher up in the back. I don't know. I'm sure it's the same as what it was on the 2017 Ram, but it's going to be pretty high. Handlebars here. We got the bike started a while ago. It's warmed up. I don't want any kind of lag. I want to be able to feather that clutch because that is a heavy bike. And you see how tall it is. This is almost to my thigh, right? Well, it's to my thigh. And you see the steep angle here. There's really no way I'm going to be able to push that by myself up here. So, and we're trying to do this, you know, by ourselves. So if you don't have a friend. Now, granted, I could find a place you could drive around where the angle is not so steep, the elevation here does kind of taper off this way, which kicks our back end up. But I'm doing this because this is where I did the first scene. With the bike binders, we're going to get the bike up here. We're going to have to hold it for just a second. We'll slip this on underneath, put that down, do the other side, and then we're going to clamp them down. So it should be a lot easier. We're not going to have to fight this cradle anymore. And we're not going to have these poles sticking out that are going to hit our shins. Well, let's get the bike started and let's see what we got. Now we're going to get the bike in position here. It is a little nerve-wracking. That is a tall, it does seem a lot taller than the other truck. From what I remember, that's I don't know, a year and a half ago or so. I mean, I do have a trailer, a little 6.5 by 12 with a nice ramp that folds down. It would be easy to do this, but I wanted to have something where I didn't have to have a trailer the whole time. Let's get it lined up. Once we get going, I don't want the tires to fall off. Alright, so we're just going to put it in first gear. We're just going to feather that clutch and hope for the best. Alright, pull the brake, make sure our back, looks like our back tire is lined up. Oh, that is tall. Alright, now I'm going to shut the motor off. And now I'm going to let out the clutch and it's still in gear. It's very nerve-wracking. I mean, it's not near as bad as before because we don't have to fight that cradle right there. That is pretty nice. Alright, let's see if this is going to work. Alright, do I not have this ready to go? Oh, here we go. There. Now let's see, we'll do the other side. This is the harder part. Over here. Alright. Alright, so we just had to lean the bike over, slip it on there. There's a little pin. I'm gonna do a close-up here in a little bit, show you how all these little mechanisms work. So just right there, I don't have to hold the bike. Look how sturdy it is. We haven't even clamped it down yet. Let's do this side first. There, put in our little pin. Now we're gonna do the back side. Take our ramp off. There it is. That was a hell of a lot easier than trying to fight with all them straps. Man, that is solid. So before, I had the 4 straps, all 4 corners, but we had a lot of rocking forward and back, and that really made me nervous. If we had to brake hard, I mean, it would slap the back of the truck. So what I had to do, wait till this helicopter passes. I think he was waving at me. He was flying pretty low there. So before, what we had to do, we had to kind of lean this over to the left a little bit, get all our straps down so we were kind of at an angle away from the truck. And then what I did, I took 2 more additional straps, put them on the top of the bed rail, and then attached it to the bike, and then cinched it back. Let's turn that key off. And then that kept it from swaying forward to backwards. So we had 6 tie-down straps. Now we just have 2 bike binders for adventure bikes. And look at that. That is solid, man. Solid. I'm going to use a camera on my phone, and we're going to get a little close-up of these parts, and then the little mechanism that I made. What's the word for that? Fabrication. I had to fabricate this little doohickey, whatchamacallit. I'll show you. I gotta get me something to sit on here. Alright, here we go. So what I used is super strut. So basically what I did was I got the bike on here with the old system, and I strapped it down, and then I just kind of measured where my foot pegs come out, and so that way I knew how long to make these main sections, and then little cross sections to attach these little plates here. So it's like a little pin and lock plate here. So it just locks it in, and you have a height adjuster here. So here is where the big pin goes down there. This goes up, pin goes in, and you have a little tether here just to make sure your pin doesn't come out. So on the underside of this ramp, it's hollowed out there. And I tried with just this one here, but the height wasn't working out for me, and I couldn't get this really any higher. It would start binding and everything. So I just added another one of these, and I attached everything together. So these are 3/8 galvanized bolts. Some of them are 1.5 inches long, just to connect these two together. And then I did get some 3-inch long ones to go through the ramp itself. So I drilled holes here, put my 3/8 3-inch galvanized bolts through there, and then attached these, and then I attached this to that, and I used some tie down straps to kind of hold it up here in place. So there it is, my little jerry rigging shade tree, whatever you want to call it. It's not the prettiest, but man, it works really good. This is solid, man. It is solid. It is more, it's way stronger than those little 1-inch square tubing that came out here. I swear those things flexed and bend when you hit a bump or something. This is not going to do that. This is solid. Those super struts are very solid. So why did I use super struts? Well, I bought some super struts for a previous project for my side-by-side and a trailer. I wanted to attach a rooftop tent to my side-by-side trailer, and this is the super struts that I had left over. So I always try to repurpose leftover stuff, kind of recycle, I guess. And this stuff is pretty strong, and it's pretty easy to work with. So there it is. Well, I guess the only thing left now is to do a road test. I think it's going to do very well on the road test. The cradle, I really did contemplate whether to take it off. But once I had this on here, and I didn't even attach this mechanism that I built. I didn't even attach it to the ramp. I just kind of held it underneath, and then just put the bike binders on there, and it was holding just like this, but it just wasn't attached yet. And I was like, you know what, I really don't need that cradle anymore. That cradle kind of helped prop the bike forward onto that wheel chock and kind of hold it in place to keep it from rocking backwards. So if you didn't have that wheel chuck and you're just doing the strap system, it would probably rock back about an inch or two. That's you don't want that. But it is not doing that. It's not going anywhere with this system. This is very nice. And it was not in my way on my shins or my knees. It worked out pretty good. Before it was. I was going like this, and it was just not very comfortable at all doing that. Alright, we're going to get the 360 camera back on here. Probably have it going out this way so we can kind of, we'll just play around with it in the editing, look at all the different angles, and just, that way we can get a good angle of watching this going down the road. On our new setup. It's not going anywhere. Now let's sync the two cameras. 1, 2, 3. All right. Here we go on our road test. Bike Binderz with the Black Widow adventure bike carrier. So 6 straps that we had to have before to keep that bike in place, in check where I liked it. Gotta make sure my camera sticking out over here don't hit anything. They've been doing a little road construction, tearing up our streets, so it might be a little rough, but it's all right. Make for a good test. We're just going to do the same route as we did before when we had just the Black Widow video. Man, just looking at the back mirror, everything looks really good so far. Make sure my camera is sticking out in the other side of traffic. People are like, what the hell is that? Oh, man, it looks good back there so far. So, all my returning viewers, thanks for coming back and checking out this video. I really do appreciate it. And if you're new here, I hope you subscribe and like this video. This is Wolfman Moto 660. We do ride the Aprilia Touareg 660, the 2022 model adventure bike. We got a lot of adventures planned ahead. A lot of stuff in store, exciting trips that we're going to be taking. I think we went this way last time, so kind of a hard break there. But man, I'm telling you, without that cradle on there, I was able to load this so much easier. Way more confident loading it, you know, powering the bike up on that carrier, right? Like I said, you could probably drive the truck around somewhere and find a lower spot to load and unload the bike. But where I was doing it here today, that's probably worst case scenario for me. So if I can do it pretty easily right here, I know I can do it anywhere that I'm going to be, you know, set up at. Anyway, so different mounting options. You only have to buy one set of the binders, and those pinlock tracks are fairly cheap for a set of them. I think they're like maybe 12 bucks. Easy. And then however you transport your bike, you know, I'm going to have 3 potential different ways that I'll transport it, and those are all going to be contingent on different adventures, different types of adventures that I'm going to be doing. Oh, also unloading the bike. I was having a real hard time getting over that cradle. I'll put a snippet of the video in here of where I'm fighting that cradle trying to get the bike off. Oh, almost had it. Keep the steering wheel straight. All right, a little bit more. Oh. Okay. Of the rack. And so we'll go ahead and set up the video here and we'll unload it for you and see the difference. It's going to be a huge difference. It should be a lot easier. All right, let's unload it. Well, I think that was a successful road test. Let's unload the bike. So I'm going to keep it in gear and I'm just going to pull in the clutch. And then as I'm going down the ramp, I can just let out the clutch to kind of control the roll speed. And I think that's the safest way to go because that brake lever is way over there. It's harder to reach, and controlling it with the clutch being in gear is the way to go for sure. So I'm going to just get these little tether straps off the pins, and then we'll be able to unload this. So I'm going to go ahead and undo the binder thing. I don't even know what those are called. What would you call that? Oh yeah, I forgot to pull the other pin out. All right, so that other binder lever. So I'm going to do the back side. I was forgetting to pull the pin that keeps the lever from moving. I was like, why isn't this coming off here? This is the first time using this, so it's a little learning curve for me. Remembering, you know, once you do it once or twice, it's going to be, you know, a no-brainer to come in here and do this. So I undid the binder lever on the other side. So now all we have to do is this one, and then. So let's just do that real quick. We're going to pull this pin up, pull this pin out, just hold on to the bike, go down on that lever. Now it still holds the bike. So now then we just got to take these off of the foot pegs. So I'm going to do the other side first. I want to do this side last. That way I control everything and then I just go back it off. So let's do that. Make sure I got my ramp all nice and straight. There we go. So now I'm gonna continue holding the bike. It might hold. Yeah, don't do that. Go ahead and hold the bike and then take this off. So once you take one of those off the foot pegs, you got to hold the bike after that point. All right, so another thing that you really got to pay attention to is you don't want this bike falling off the track, off the ramp. Now it does have a pretty good lip on it. But I've had dirt bikes where that knobby just grabbed onto that little lip on that ramp and just came off. So you got to make sure you're upright, you're not leaning, you're not turning that wheel and getting yourself off track. You want to try to come off straight as you can. All right, I'm predicting this is going to be fairly easy. I don't have to fight that cradle. So here we go. Pull in the clutch. Oh man, this is so much easier already. All right, now our back wheel's starting to go down. And we can always just take a look and make sure. I bet we could just do it like this. Just keep an eye on it. Just nice and easy. And then we can just pull it all the way in. Let out the clutch, stop it. Man. Oh yeah, 2 thumbs up for this system right here. Oh yeah, this is amazing. This is the way to go right here. The bike binders, fabricated onto the Black Widow metal 600-pound rated bike carrier. This is it. This is it. All right, so we got the road test done, and what do you think? You think this is a pretty solid way to carry your bike, your 450-pound venture bike? I think it is. It does have a little bit of play somewhat in it, but I know it's not going anywhere further than that little play. That little play is okay. That keeps the rack from really contorting around in the receiver hitch, which is fine too. I don't see any issues at all with this setup with these bike binders, and in fact I think it's way better. It's going to make loading and unloading way much easier now that we don't have to have that cradle on there, and now that we don't have the tie down bars, we were able to take those off. So just making this more easier to load and unload your bike, so makes it a lot easier to get out there and go on these adventures. Hey, I appreciate you dropping by. Give me a thumbs up, please. I would appreciate that. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and do so. We got a lot of adventures ahead. Have a good one.